Hey! Today I'm talking about what to do about that manipulative person in your life. Okay, so this is really, really important to look at because when we're looking and realizing that we may have a manipulative person in our life, we're getting ready to take some action, right? We're trying to decide whether to set some boundaries, stand up for ourselves, stick to our guns, all of those kinds of things. And when we take that action, after we take that action, we want to be able to feel good about how we showed up. Because ultimately, when we walk away, that's the person that we have to live with forever, look in the mirror at every single day. Now, a lot of times we think that the manipulative person is the problem. But when we get ready to take action, I'm going to say that it's one step closer to home, and we need to get clean on our thoughts about the manipulative person, right? So I just want to back up and share a little story. I used to work one-on-one with kids with big behavior issues in the schools. And something that I noticed is that kids were actually excellent at getting their needs met. They were amazing. Sometimes kids knew, like kids with sensory issues, they knew that they needed pounding. It's just that jumping on top of the kid on the playground wasn't the appropriate way to meet that need, but they were getting it done, right? Kids know that they need food. Sometimes they will go through the garbage to get it. And I was just very, very amazed at their ability to survive. Now, I also work for Child Protective Services, and some of the things that the kids would do there, like if they didn't know that they were going to be getting food regularly, that's when we would find kids hiding food and storing food. And what this is kids being excellent at figuring out how to get their needs met. Okay? Now, we've been together for a while, so you know that when we have an emotional need, it's something that only we can meet, right? It's something we need to figure out in ourselves, create for ourselves, because others can't make us feel anything. And so sometimes we even notice ourselves being a little manipulative in the way of trying to get someone to act a certain way so that we will feel a certain way, rather than creating that feeling for ourselves. And we're still trying to get it from someone else. So that's manipulating, and everybody does it. But let's say that you have someone that you've been aware that they are getting their needs met, they're trying to get their needs met through you, and you want to change that. So the first step really is getting really good and clean about coming from a place that isn't aggressive or angry or frustrated, because often we don't feel good about who we show up when we're doing it that way. We want to try to get somewhere closer to compassion or curiosity, usually, in order to walk away going, I nailed that. I feel good about that. Even if the other person is blowing up, right? We want to be able to have that access to meeting our own needs. So one of the things that I do is, first of all, I work on the thought that they are very manipulative. So even that thought, if you look at it, see how it feels inside your body. They are so manipulative. It comes with a yucky feeling. It's kind of judgmental and angry, or kind of wanting to shame someone. And so if we try to take action from that place, it's probably not going to be pretty. But if we work ourselves to a place of compassion, then usually the action that comes afterwards, even setting boundaries, can be a kind and loving thing without all of the anger, frustration, all of that. So, bottom line, here's what I do. I start changing my thoughts about the manipulative person. And the thoughts that I use, hopefully they'll help you some, is they are just trying to get their needs met. They think that the way to get their needs met is through me. And I understand that that's human nature. It's the way we're taught. And I'm going to say no. It's okay. Because think about it. When kids are deprived of the way that they get their attention, if they're no longer allowed to stomp on the kids at school, a lot of times they find another way, like rough play, like jumping, or they have the opportunity to find another way to get their needs met. And that's how we get to help people who are used to manipulating, is we get to just kind of withdraw and not allow that anymore through our actions. We can't control them, but we do control our actions. So, like, here's a wrap up. I know that was kind of like a really long way around that, but here's the wrap up. First, address the thought, they are so manipulative. They're trying to manipulate me. Okay? So, change it to something that helps you get to a place that you work really well from. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's calm. Maybe it's compassion. Maybe it's love. Whatever works best for you, find a thought that helps you get there so that the action you take after that doesn't have to feel aggressive, like sticking to your guns. We don't need guns. We don't need guns to set boundaries. We just need to say no. And no in a loving way works really well. And then following through. So this is how we get to go ahead. We're surrounded by people trying to manipulate. It's okay. People do that. And I can still say no and feel okay about how I showed up. Okay, hope this helps. Do you guys want to see where I'm at? Look at what's behind me. Do you see that tree house? It's amazing. Look around. So pretty. Okay, thanks for sticking around and talking about manipulators. Let's go love them and set some great boundaries. How much brain space and energy have you used trying to deal with a manipulator? A coach helps you cut through the drama so that you can set great boundaries and have zero drama. This is totally possible. Just call for a free consult and let's talk about how a coach can help you.